Kayfabe is dead, and we've got a date for the funeral. July 29th, 2025. WWE Unreal Series debuts on Netflix, and today they've released the episode descriptions and titles and all that good stuff. So we're going to go through each episode. I believe there are 6 episodes to discuss. No, there's only 5. There's only 5, right? We all know Kayfabe's dead, right? We've ranted and raved about Kayfabe, and there's ways to bring it back, right? Because you can limit the damage. You don't need to keep compounding the fact that it's dead. You can definitely reel it in, limit it. But when Triple H and Cena, Rock, Punk, whoever in press conferences just address the fact that, here, this is fake, pal. I mean, that is a line that has been crossed. But again, if you pull them back and don't do them anymore, then you can live in the moment. Everything just feels scripted, and it's lost the magic of back in the day when you got lost in the moment. Even when you watch old pay-per-views, right? You load them up. You feel like you're watching a TV show. So it's not just a case of, oh, it was different back then. No, because even if you watch a pay-per-view from 30 years ago today, I believe I'm in the moment. I'm not thinking about, well, he's going to go over him because that makes more sense to him going over him, and oh, this tag team's going to be pushed and then they're going to win this tournament and do that. But see now, man, everything's just over. It's over processed. But we've got 5 episodes. We'll get into it and we'll dive into it right now. Episode 1. The WWE Raw premiere on Netflix at the Intuit Dome in January, highlighting the main event between CM Punk and Seth Rollins. The episode spotlights CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, and Rhea Ripley. Now, if you can flashback to that Raw premiere, Cody Rhodes is apparently highlighted during this. I mean, what did Cody Rhodes do on this Raw premiere, right? He sat in the front row of the crowd like an absolute doofus while The Rock cut one of the shitest promos of his career, which, I mean, honestly, he seems to outdo himself every time he comes back, The Rock. Cody Rhodes sat there. The Rock's talking about Cody Rhodes' entire family, and Cody Rhodes just sitting there nodding away like he's one of these Netflix celebrities that have got a show coming out and they've just been forced to plug it, going to WWE. Pathetic. And then what else did Cody Rhodes do? He sat backstage and drunk out of paper cups tequila with The Rock. Oh, yeah, that's a proper spotlight. That's why we want to dive into that. As for CM Punk, obviously he took on Seth Rollins, defeated him. That feud's still not over. I mean, honestly, CM Punk, Seth Rollins have literally been feuding on and off since Punk came back. Like, literally. And obviously what happened at Night of Champions, Rollins cracked him in the head with a briefcase, so that's probably going to continue. Rhea Ripley, I believe she won the title for Liv Morgan back on the Raw premiere on Netflix, so they'll highlight that. But we'll move into episode 2. This episode dives into the men's Royal Rumble match, focusing on the rivalry between Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens. Jey Uso's Royal Rumble victory is also a highlight. So Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens, that rivalry, to me this is a disaster, right? Because you've got these two guys literally talking about on Cody Rhodes' podcast. What do you want to talk about? They're talking about their rivalry, breaking kayfabe, discussing shit like Matt Cardona, discussing CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and their families, right? Completely breaking kayfabe. And know why I think these things just do completely not work? You look at when they bring out these special programs like the Monday Night Wars 20 years later, or the Streak 10 years later, Rock versus Austin 10 years, 20 years later, and they revisit it, right? It's like real life sporting rivalries. They're not revisiting the Montreal Screwjob in December of 97 and everything's all pally, and it's the same with Rock Austin. They're not going into April of 2003 after the match in March at Mania 19 and be like, oh, that was great, that match we put on Austin, wasn't that? Was fantastic, while they're sitting down drinking beer on a podcast. No, it's years, it's decades removed from it. You look at football, right, or any other sport, boxers that have had blood feuds now here. I'm not saying they all get along years later, but they sometimes sit down and discuss it on podcasts. You think of football with Manchester United and Arsenal, they used to hate each other back in the day, but you've seen plenty of podcasts with the players of each team's talking to each other as pundits or, like I said, on a podcast. So years can heal. But this, Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens had a feud, right? We always bang on about it. 2 title defences in 7 months. Cody Rhodes has a part to play, kayfabe-wise, and Kevin Owens being out with his neck injury, because he worked those couple of matches with a neck injury, and obviously that ladder match didn't exactly help Kevin Owens' neck, and here we are, a couple of months off from that, them just breaking kayfabe, shooting the breeze, drinking beer, when Kevin Owens should be fuming. Oh, I lost the WWE title to Cody Rhodes, and then I missed Mania because of it and all that shite. And when they throw in the shite Sami Zayn match in there, it's pathetic, man. No enough time has passed on this. I honestly see kayfabe. You can keep it alive to a degree, right? But it's like if current guys can't even keep it alive on the current show. I mean, look at Elimination Chamber when Cena turned heel, right? Turned heel, came backstage, cut a promo. Well, I'll say a promo, a few words, didn't he? He dropped the mic in the press conference, keeping kayfabe, and then Triple H straight after it, and The Rock are breaking kayfabe. Like, oh, we had this in the pipeline a while. We were debating turning Cena heel or not. Look at the damage that does. But see, guys that are talking about incidents and shoot interviews or whatever, like that happened decades ago, I've no real issue with that. It's the stuff where they're fucking breaking kayfabe literally a few minutes, in some cases, after it happened. It's unacceptable, right? And seeing Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens discuss their rivalry on a podcast, and then this whole show's now dedicating an episode to it. What fucking rivalry? It's shit. No one cares about it. Why are we dedicating a full episode of this? Oh, but they're also including the Royal Rumble. Fuck the Royal Rumble, right? Jey Uso won the Royal Rumble. No one cares about the Royal Rumble anymore. Let's be real. It's shit. No one cares about anything. But imagine, there's actually sad fucking people out there. Probably some people that click on some of our feeds, because there's some people when you bash a Cody Rhodes, they fucking start greeting. But see, is there anyone out there like that's actually looking forward to this episode of Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens discussing what? Oh, see when I bounced off the ropes and hit you with a Cody cutter, I was worried for your stomach, Owens, because it was that fucking big. I thought it might hit the ring and explode. Whoa! No one cares. Episode 3, centered on WWE's female talent. This episode covers Chelsea Green's US title win in December, Charlotte Flair's return from injury, the Women's Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber matches. Bianca Belair gets a dedicated segment. That just sounds so uninteresting. You know what I mean? Oh, Chelsea Green's US title win in December. It's like, who cares? She's lost it. You know, Julia's now got the belt after she beat Selena Vega. Who cares about that? Oh, Charlotte Flair's return from injury. I mean, this would maybe have some fucking weight to it if it was like a one-off. You know, like Triple H getting injured and coming back in 2002 Madison Square Garden. Oh, like, fuck, look at that return. You know, Jack to the gills, returning for the Rumble, feuding with, like, Taker and Austin going into it. Charlotte Flair's had about 20 returns. So dedicating a portion of one of these episodes to it does nothing for me. Nothing. And like I said, there's some highlighted content on the Rumble in the Chamber getting fired in there. Moving on to episode 4. This episode explores John Cena's heel turn at Elimination Chamber in March, alongside the men's Elimination Chamber match and New Day's heel turn. Nick Khan speaks exclusively in this episode with appearances by Dwayne Johnson, Brian Gewirtz discussing Cena's turn. So again, Cena's turn, they're going to be discussing that. But like I said, yeah, they're breaking kayfabe here, but they broke kayfabe on Cena's heel turn minutes after the Elimination Chamber went off the air. Way to take you at the moment. And also, they're dedicating some time in this to the New Day's heel turn. Well, that's good. They can dedicate a wee bit of time to the New Day's heel turn in this, but when it actually came to fucking Raw, well, what did the New Day do? They either didn't appear, or they appeared during the ad breaks that no one sees after the show airs. Back in 3 minutes. Dun, dun, dun. Kofi and Xavier, go out there 90 seconds, cut a shite promo, and make sure you're looking at Titantron when you see it gets to 5 seconds, the 5 second countdown, then just walk to the back. Let's dedicate half an episode to that heel turn. Yo, was the initial moment with Big E good? Don't think anyone's going to dispute that. Yeah, it was one of the better things in recent months, but fuck me, the follow-up from it's been shit. Oh, but they're wearing cool. They're wearing cool shirts. Who cares? Wearing cool shirts, man. Episode 5, focusing on WrestleMania 41. This episode highlights key matches: Gunther versus Jey Uso, Punk versus Rollins versus Reigns, Io versus Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair, and Cody Rhodes versus Cena. A scene shows Triple H receiving notes for this next WWE Raw. So, yeah, this. What did they hype this up as? It was something like a step into the writer's room as you've never seen before. What fucking writer's room? They don't write shit. There's no storylines. There's nothing. There's no arcs. It's just guys wrestling in tights. That's it. Because what stories can you have when you're breaking kayfabe left, right, and centre? It's crap. It takes you out of it, you know. And of course, could kayfabe still be dead with storylines? Yeah, but the problem is that what storylines is there? What characters is there? Look at those four matches going into WrestleMania, man, that we just talked about there. Where is the stories? Going for Jey, so what was it? Jey, you can't beat me. Was that it? Is that my whack? Is that my whack? What did they do in the build up? Gunther was feuding with Otis and Akira Tozawa, and Jey Uso was feuding with Uptown Down Syndrome or whatever they're called. Punk, Rollins, and Reigns was crap. You got fucking Paul Heyman greeting because he finally got CM Punk at WrestleMania main event. Roman Reigns moving his jaw about. Just three guys fighting for the approval of a fat walrus. That's pretty much what that was. Io Sky Rhea Ripley Belair had one of the worst fucking builds you ever see, just repeated segments over and over again. And speaking of that, that's what Cody Rhodes and Cena did in the build up to Mania. So, yeah, good luck watching episode 5 of this shit show, folks, because it's not going to be very good, but I won't be watching this. I don't care for it. It's like, you think of all the iconic stuff in the past, like groundbreaking moments. I could sit and watch the legends talk about that for days. Could binge watch it. I'd rather kill myself than watch this. That's the God's honest truth.